Now this lady was on YouTube talking about the guy in the Bible who gave his son to be sacrificed. I don't even remember the name. And he didn't do it. Test of faith. When we look at situations like that, we gotta look at it like she did a great job on. I don't remember nobody's name right now, y'all. Sorry about that. But you see, I can't remember that dude in the Bible. Abraham, Moses, messing them up. One on. I guess y'all know, I don't remember nothing. I just know it. It's like it's inside of me or something. I don't read. I mean, I need to read it, so I need to start back reading it like that. But I'm reading whatever God tells me to read at the moment. But that scripture, she definitely right. I've been hearing that a lot too. Like when I run across people that want to be in these certain groups, they'll bring that up. God said sacrifice, but that was a test of faith back then. Like today, you would ask a junkie, if you love God, sacrifice your drugs, sacrifice opium, sacrifice milk. And the person probably won't do it. You just sacrifice right now, right then and there. The person won't do it. Like that's what that is. And but when it comes down to that situation, it was like the love for God must have been strong in that era of time, and so strong where people would say they love God, but when it comes down to their kids or something like that, they wouldn't do right by God. Like my situation, where people could have helped me, but then they job might have told them, you do that, you ain't gonna get there. And then they said, I gotta feed my kid. You know what I'm saying? That's really what it was. It was basically a parable, I would say. But either way, okay, God told him to do it. God already knew the person's heart. If anything, I know my father. He probably beside another. He said, I bet this dude, if I tell this dude to take out his son, he'll do it. Not saying that's how it went, but that's how much God was saying I love him. And they know God wasn't going to let him do that. And that God, I'm sure then they know how to talk to God like I'm trying to teach y'all how to talk to God, because God is inside us. You just got to know how to tap in him. And people just learned back then, people probably had to learn how to ignore God. Had to be. Because it was just too much, they had too much brilliance back then going on. It had to been a higher power, higher source. And everybody talking about alien, the Martians came down. That probably happened too. But it had to be something constantly with human beings for them to make pyramid, this and that. It's something they turned off in us that's just recently happened. Probably, maybe not in our grandparents' day, somewhere around when slavery started. When it started. You know what I'm saying? Probably 5-10 years before slavery started. They probably had a direct, every human being probably was directly talking to God. Somebody turned that off inside of us. That could have been the Tower of Babel right there. You know, like I said, certain things just got to be decoded. But, so God probably told I ain't saying that's what God did now, but I'm saying God probably told the angel, I bet he'll do it, and the angel, I bet he won't. And they saw the dude walk up there to the sacrifice thing and said, stop, don't do that. That's how much people love God, though. But it's that part right there, though, you can't really even, how like she said, people don't even need to compare that part with what we got going on today, because we are the opposite. We ain't even talking to God. We're not even talking to God directly no more. We trying to find God on the external way y'all are, and God ain't on the external. Just the fact that you looking for God let me know that you ain't got God. period. You know what I'm saying? Like, you supposed to be a high vibration, or you a Christian, or you go to church every Sunday and Wednesday. You mean tell me you still looking on the outside for God? You ain't never knew God. So it was basically showing that what I'm trying to say is when God said that person knew he was talking to God. Like I know I'm talking to God. Like Jesus knew Jesus was talking to God. That's what I'm trying to tell everybody. Like that's why it's something keeping y'all apart from me. Man, my people should have already been there, came and at least spoke to me, greeted me, shook my hand or something. You know, just the fact that you ain't did that, they say this, that. You gonna get tortured to death anyway if you part of my tree and ain't came and greeted me properly. And well, I ain't really called out to nobody, but if God called y'all to do something for me and you ain't did it, my ancestors gonna torture you anyway because they our ancestors. Our ancestors told you to come help and you didn't. It's like that's why I told everybody, why everybody worry about that relationship shit. We need to be trying to save one another first. I don't want to raise no child in this mess. We need to fix this mess. We can fix it. It's an easy fix. But that tree gonna have to get together. That tree gonna have to come together. That's why I tell you, if you felt that static electricity, if you felt that static vibration inside of you, don't try to write that off as if somebody hyperventilating. That's what it is. That person I ain't never hyperventilated in my life. Even though I got asthma and stuff, I don't hyperventilate. I ain't never hyperventilate. And if you had my real records, you'll know I never went to the doctor for hyperventilating. I ain't never hyperventilate. These liars, that's why these people that was in my business, in my family, gotta go to hell. Because all that shit they did, throw it off the mission was people were supposed to be able to go see my record, be able to go see this, and everybody say, wow, all this true. And instead, these idiots switched everything around, trying to steal money, just throw me and God mission all the way off. But the mission still got to be done, so we got to put all that back together before we can even start the mission back up. They was just in the fucking way, trying to steal money from a high priest. The warning was a high priest, you don't steal money from a high priest. They didn't even take that into consideration. Why? Because they believe in money, but they don't believe in God. Because if they really knew high priests and how that shit, they done dumb themselves down so much, they really think people put these words in books just for fun. Don't nobody make no word up for no damn fun. Who the hell wanna write up a word in the dictionary just for fun? It don't exist. Every word you see came from some truth. So that's what it's saying. It's saying, what would you do for me? God see your faith. By that dude taking his only child, that's probably all that dude had. Besides God, that dude had a great amount of love for God. But when he had his child, he also had a great amount of love for his child. And let's just say the other angel said, well, he got another love, and they ain't gonna love you like that. And God was like, I bet I make him go sacrifice his child. But if I told him to go sacrifice his child, he'd do it. And he did it, but he didn't. When it got to the point where he had to do the sacrificing, God was like, stop, you ain't got to do that. I just want to show you, I want to prove something. Prove how much you love me. Because what is the key? The key is to love God over everything. And so, like me, to those of you that supposed to came to help me, I'm God's child. You say you love God. God sent you a message in your heart. Go save my child. You ain't gonna save your child because I gotta feed my kid. You know what I'm saying? That's just me using that as an example. You know, a parable. Example. Just like the other thing. I gotta feed. See, God tested you. God told you, go help this child. Go see this child. Go help my child. Yeah, ain't nobody came to see me. And that's the whole part of the struggle. That's why I'm telling you. That's why I said it about the energy. Why I'm going through all this is for God to show me how to treat the world accordingly. Because even though they say they love God and they know I'm God's child, they still ain't finna come over here and help me. That was deep. It was rough, but it was deep. You got cut through it. It was deep though. So that's what it's saying. It's like, look at everybody behind closed doors. So nobody can tell me to leave here because it's been 5 years. Like, I ain't stuck in this because I'm in a situation. I'm stuck in this because y'all in a situation. Jesus didn't get hung on the cross, because he was in a situation. He got hung in the cross to keep y'all from getting in the situation. What I'm trying to say is, Jesus was just a test for y'all. This situation I'm going through is just a test for y'all. You get what I'm saying? Like, and then when you fail these tests, and something dramatic, catastrophic happens, especially to our people. That's what we need to learn. We already in heaven. We walking out of purgatory straight into heaven. See, the whole world gonna have to go to the dark night of the soul eventually before they die. You probably done went through the dark night of the soul and failed. You got somebody probably got on your knee. You got somebody got out of that situation. But that was the dark night of the soul. That was the moment in time you supposed to use faith. That was the moment in time you supposed to depend on God. If you're a woman, like I said, if you got that thing between your legs like a woman, you can rule the world. But that was one time that, yeah, just like me, there's one opportunity for me, but I got to use this thing between my legs to get out of this situation. That ain't of God, though. That's the test in it. Dude, I'm going through all this hardship. Should I just use this thing between my legs to get out of this situation since it's so hard and there ain't no other way around it? Because, see, the only option is drugs or sleep with a prostitute. There is no option. It's supposed to be an option for God. There's 2 Satan options, no option for God, but there is an option for God. Stand still, like he told me to. And that woman, she was so right. We got to stop getting perplexed, paralyzed, and this sacrifice shit that we done got used. People done literally, I ain't, but the vast majority of my people done literally made a life income off of sacrificing their own people secretly. Nobody want to own up to it. That's the problem. But it's the truth. So I'm safe right here because y'all out there sacrificing each other for $1. You done killed a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? Like Mo 3 was still protected, even if he did something. He's Anubis he's Anubis family. That's Anubis family. Just like Diddy. Diddy went a long time because he probably was in Anubis family. Anubis family, that's why I say you got to learn the energy. Anubis family get away with things just like Ra family do. Once you realize them 2 families, that's why I say everybody need to watch Naruto all the way from the beginning to the end. And the sad part is they really don't put emphasis on it until they get to the end. Matter of fact, just get the end last season. Watch the whole last season of Naruto because it's long as hell. Grown folks ain't gonna watch it. Watch the whole last season. It's gonna have this ending part that's gonna be mind blowing. It's gonna shock the hell out of you when you see this part. All grown black folks need to watch it, and you gonna be like, oh my God. And they gonna be explaining that Anika, however you say them 2 people. I can't never say them 2 people that everybody like to talk about, but they like the first 2 guys that was on Earth, blah blah, made Earth, made a human, whatever. But it's explained that in detail, good detail, and you get to watch it. So go watch that last season of Naruto. It's gonna clear a lot of things up, and then everybody, you gonna really leave China alone then, cause you gonna know they own it. Anyway, what I'm saying is that that was a test. Jesus was the test for you was to prevent your leader, the person who could change and better your life, the person who was going to better your life. The purpose for that test was for Jesus' people to prevent other nationalities from killing their leader. You would have showed God you were strong. I could stand up, God. Because by this time, everybody would have had everything good, took it from your kids, your money, and everything. It wouldn't have died, though, been safe. Only time your kids and stuff start dying is when you choose the devil route. And you think you got your money, you finna go save your kid, get to your kid house, save kid dead. That's how it worked, because you sold out. You know, the time when Jesus finna get on that cross, by that time they done took everything from you. Jesus done made an upworld to everybody, done got people people done probably started blaming my brother for losses and stuff. Losses and stuff for the people. Losses for the for him going around preaching and stuff, just blaming him for everything. And that's how the enemy made it look. Okay? But at the end of the day, the only way they can hang my brother was by his own people. His own people saying, we don't claim him. Just crucify him. Crucify that. My bill went up, Jesus, because you crucify him. The doctor won't see me because you crucify him. My kid, I gotta feed my kid. They won't let me feed my kid because you I gotta get you crucified, Jesus. It probably was just like that. And so he got up there on the cross, and it was time for the other nationality to say, and it was just like, the other nationality probably controlled by Satan. But like I said, that was all orchestrated by God. As bad as it sounds, but it was good. It was a test for the people, not for Jesus. I'm going back to heaven when you kill me, just like Jesus went to heaven when you kill him. The test wasn't for, why would God put us here why would God take us out of heaven, put us here to get killed, just to go back to heaven? To be tortured alive just to go back. That ain't what this for. That ain't the test is not for us. The test is for the people. That's why the other nationalities done been through these tests. That's why China blossoming so beautiful. Hiroshima could have been their test, a more modern test. They came back and worked together to fix that. You see what I'm saying? Like everybody, all the other nationalities passed that test. When that test came around, they stood with each other. No, you not. You want to take our stuff? Okay, just like Germany and Russia. We'll make our own pencils. We'll make our own carpet. We'll make our own paint. We'll make our own this. And by making their own stuff, they made jobs for each other. They stood strong with one another. See what I'm saying? Every test that God done gave us, that's why I said we got to be careful with him saying that I'm the last one. And if you got real conduits out there, you should hear that. When you hear that I'm the last one shit, if God tell y'all like he told me, you should be stop worrying about I'm going to feed my kid. I got to feed my kid. Because you can't feed those kids without God giving you what you need to feed those kids. Other nationality is supposed to, they going to play that role. They're not supposed to, we got to do this on our own. Black people in the whole world got to stand strong together. We already know it's another black. We're going to have to separate the blacks. The wheat from the thorn. I guess that's how you say it. They need to be separated now finally. And the only way to do that is by weeding them out. You can't keep emulating Jesus and sacrificing Jesus because Jesus haven't even got the chance to teach you what Jesus needs to teach you yet. So if you go ahead and kill Jesus, you ain't going to learn the new thing that's going to help you change. You just stealing Jesus' swag like some player haters normally do. A player hater going to copy and paste your ass. They're going to find some lane, some player hater to copy and paste your ass. And we got to get rid of that. So the test was just like Dr. Saber, just like I was saying, Saber figured out how to heal us. And we should have been standing too strong for them to even think about Dr. Saber. We should have got him his own jet. All them black artists out there, I bought my own jet. I would have came together and bought Dr. Saber his own jet. You shouldn't have been able to kill Tupac. Nobody shouldn't have been able to kill Biggie. They shouldn't have been able to touch these guys. Nobody should have been able to touch Jesus. Now that we get it, that's the test. Don't you get it? You've been getting it. You just don't want to get it because you're sorry. Jesus said the one that come after me won't be so nice. I'm that one. Ain't nobody finna keep playing with y'all kids out there. You the biggest things on this earth. They call you sleeping giants and you think it's cool. You go get a grill in your mouth and smile. You done sacrificed everybody's life just to have a big house. You can't do nothing no different in this house than you can do in a little house. You sleeping, you got to have all these images so you can convince the people you can say, I got this and that going for myself. Come follow God. That ain't how we work. God said, come as you are. Like I said, when I crossed over the first time I had to go find God, I had to go to the sewage over there in the Astro. So y'all playing yourselves. These tests ain't you trying to tell everybody else. We just need to tell each other right now. Because we the one that's on the lowest on the totem pole. We the one that don't have our own currency. And every time somebody got up, and like Gaddafi, same thing. He tried to give us a currency. We killed him so bad, throw swords in his ass and everything. Like Buddy said. You know what I'm saying? Like my boy said. Cat Williams said, and we thought it was a joke. Clapped about it. Shit ain't funny. I mean, Cat, not you. That was funny. But I'm just saying, what he was trying to explain to us really wasn't funny, though. He was trying to tell us some real shit. That we done sacrificed everybody that's supposed to help us change. Do you really think it's our oppressors that's keeping us from the getting on this pipeline? Not at all. It's God. It's magic. To get to wealthy class, you got to have magic. Can't none of them stop that. We the sleeping giants. Can't nobody out there stop us from waking up but us. The only way they can stop us from waking up is by turning us against us. All we got to do is turn around. And if you got a group of people say, I had my head stand up to them myself. And these 5 year people say, well, I ain't getting tortured. I'm bullying their asses. I'm enjoying this. I'm Jesus' little brother. I'm Zoe. I ain't taking no shit from nobody out here. I'm standing strong, bro. It don't matter if they kill me or not. Y'all gonna talk about me for the rest of my life. And the rest of your life, and the rest of your kids' life. Even if I don't have a life on this earth no more. I'm already a walking legend. Legends don't die. It should have been a queen. It should have been queens coming up to be on my arm, to stand like a queen and king. This is the empire that the cards were talking about. The empire can't function, can't restructure itself and get to come into an empire until people start walking like they want an empire. The empire gonna be mainly for my people. We ain't walking like we want an empire. We still trying to sacrifice Jesus. Y'all, it's too much for y'all to grasp, because you realize, when I get off the shit, I got to lose myself, I got to lose everything. Then you go talk to a whole bunch of rich pricks that's going to convince you that you don't need to take that step forward because you need to live your life. God is the one that give you your life. I just told you, you sacrifice Jesus Christ again, you ain't going to have a life. That's why I ain't looking for a wife. It ain't no wife fit to be my wife. I need a real queen. Y'all still sitting around there trying to find the right penis for the night. You ain't fit to be a king wife. Anyway, I'm going to get out of my feelings about that. You know what I'm saying? I get smooth. Because I am love. Mr. Love in the building. You dig? Now, I don't follow what y'all have. I don't know. Understand what I'm saying. I can go deep in there, but I'm going to let it go because it was already too much.